Okay, all right. So for okay, all right. For Unit 8, Day 9, today we are going to do word problems, but even more specifically, word problems as they will show up on the regions. Now, originally I was going to show you actual word problems without the regions connotation. I don't know. Um, and as it turns out, well, you can't really do these questions without word problems. Like they're all word problems actually. So, yep. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, all right. So let's get right into it. All right. So let's hit the ground running. Okay. All right. So I'll read. All right. Hopefully you can read this. Okay. If you full screen this video, you should be okay. So let's go vertical. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Okay, number two, I'll read. The country of Benin in West Africa has a population of 9.05 million people. The population grows at a rate of 3.1% per year. Let me use highlighter. All right, 9.5, all these relevant numbers, right? There you go. See? And then now what's the question? Which function can be used to find the population 7 years from now? Now, remember the form, right? Y equals to or f of x, right? It's equal to a and then 1 and then plus minus the rate to x. Typically that's actually time. I'll leave that up there, okay? So meaning, right? We have three figures to look for in every question. Nothing new there, right? Let me use a green. Let me use pink. Maybe it looks better. All right. So we got a, right, which is the initial value. R is the rate, and X is the number of times, typically. All right. So what does that mean? Let's see. Um, Now, the reason why I even pointed this out because what you will notice is in this first, for all four choices in the first column, so to speak, is that you got this weird number, right? And the thing is, I want to encourage you now to not get discouraged. Encourage you to not get discouraged by these numbers because look, that's all this is this 9.05 million, right? So that's where the 9.05 come from. So that's the initial amount. So all these guys are A, right? According to this here. Now, why 9.5 times 10 to the 6? Well, not here it says 9.05 million people. So you got the 9.05, right? So this is scientific notation, by the way. So hopefully you're aware of that from your science classes, either this year or the last. All right. What's 10 to the 6 power then? That's a million, right? A million has six zeros, right? 1 million, right? One and then six zeros, right? That's where the six comes from. It represents the six zeros, right? So that's all, right? This times 9.05 is 9.05 million, okay? Now, the next part is actually just as interesting, I would say, right? Looking at these R, right? The R figures, right? So the R is, I sound like a pirate. Well, I gotta get that. I gotta get the, I sound like a pirate. R, get it? Hold on. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, it's like a radio show. All right, WMS 51, New York City. Okay, all right. Anyways, so these two figures are no good. They're too big. You gotta turn. You can't operate with percent. Remember that from seventh grade and sixth grade, right? You have to turn that into a decimal, right? So that's 0.031, right? Because that's the decimal you move it twice to the left. Okay, you already know that. All right, now the question is, are we adding like this one or are we subtracting? Well, the population is growing, right? So we're gonna add. That's it, that's the choice, okay? All right, so I'm gonna move a little bit faster now because this one I'm kind of using it as an example. All right, so let's go look at number four. All right, let's see. Annie invested $1,000 in an account with a 1.3. By the way, let me do two and then let you practice a little bit, okay? Because I don't want to just me talking, all right? It's especially with just practice. All right, let me read. Annie invested. Let me just stay with purple. All right, Annie invested $1,000. Highlighter. $1,000. Okay, I keep clicking on the wrong color. It's driving me crazy. All right. $1,000 with a 1.3 annual rate. All right. She made no deposit or withdrawals for 2 years, so the year is two. Okay. Now, probably should have spent some time in class talking about this, the money application of exponential growth, because from a practical point of view, it's probably the most practical point of view that you can have as an example with money. Okay, so I'll see if I could like put this into one of our lessons. All right, before we even get there. If not, uh, you can even talk to your parents, because all your parents probably have been investing some money, right? Even if it's to put in an account where the money grows exponentially uh, for your college education, right? So you can talk to them about that too. Okay, just ask them like, hey, how does exponential growth work with money? All right, okay, all right. And invested $1,000. So if you really want to like get very what traditional, if I was a very traditional teacher, I would just make you write all these out. Okay, I'm still making you write all these out. So 1.3%, that's 0.013, and then x is 2, right? X or t, right? Time. Okay, so which one is it, right? So she's making this. Now, these two are no good. These are the 1.3%, right? So someone who doesn't know how to do that will write 1.3, but we already know it's 0.013, right? Because you got to turn that into a decimal. Okay, let's see. The money grows, has to. You're not going to put money in an account to lose it. So is this one, all right? Not this one. Okay, all right. Why don't you guys try number 8? There are only 6 questions here anyways. So take a moment, all right? Press pause right now. And, oops. Press pause right now and then answer this question. Okay, so press pause right now. Oh, okay, all right, we're back. All right, so let's see, the f of x, right? And then I'm just gonna put in the equation, right? So we got the three key figures here. One of this is missing, so there's no numeric number, by the way, to look for. By the way, have you noticed, right, these questions, even if you look at 7, 11, and the one before, they all want to know if you know the formula. Like they're not so much as interested into knowing the actual numeric answer. They just want to see, hey, can this person write the equation? Okay. All right. So what is it? 3,000, and then in parentheses. Now this is growing, right? It's money. So there's 1 point. Let's see, 0.042 to t, like that. Okay, because we don't know what t is, so we just have to use t or x. All right, it's up to you. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Why is this clock up here? All right, number 5. This is 5. Let me use a different color. Okay, let's use blue. All right, 5. Crystal was given $3,000. You know what? Try this one too on your own. Okay, I think you can do most of these on your own, anyways. So try this one right now. Okay, all right, we're back. So this one you gotta be careful. Only reason I said that is because the numbers seem obvious until this part. I hope you made the connection, right? Crystal was 2 years old already when her parents made the investment. So it was compounding. The value was compounding for 16 years. So it's not 3 or 4. All right, you got to be careful with that. Now I really know. I'm just looking at even just this, the subtraction sign for choice 2. Your parents not gonna put money in an account just to lose money. So it's this one, all right? And mathematically, it's true. Okay, all right. So let's try the next one. All right. So try the next one right now. Okay, all right. For this one, initially I was a little taken aback by the choices because it seems unfamiliar. I'm sure many of you felt the same way. So when I looked at this, I thought to myself, okay, all right, calm down, little Angie. Um, let's look at the choices and analyze it. Now, more importantly, the question says does not. So the question is, which is the wrong answer? Now, I looked at the top one, right? This one is your bona fide traditional way to answer it. So that's not it, because that's the right choice, right? It's correct. It's the correct way to write it. And then I looked at 2. Now, I knew 2 was wrong, because you see the subtraction sign here, right? There's no way you're going to subtract money by investing, okay? So I already know this is the choice, but let me explain what 3 and 4 is. 3 and 4 is, look at 3, right? Choice 3 is this expression expanded. Isn't that right? So if I were to ask you, hey, what's 1.04 to the third power? You would do 1.04 times 1.04 times 1.04. Isn't it? Right? One, two, three, right? So that's not it either, because one and three are basically one and the same answer. Now, that leaves four. So let me explain four real quick. Number four is this. This is the initial amount. This is the interest after the first year in dollar amounts. This is the interest after the second year. This is the interest at the end of the third year. So technically, this is still correct. Okay, don't get too caught up with choice four though, because we already know for sure that choice two is incorrect. Okay, all right, let's move on. All right, last question. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing okay. You know what? Let me think if I should extend the thing or not. All right, let's answer 11 first. Doesn't matter. All right, let's try. Uh, oh, you know what? Try this one on your own. Okay. All right. Press pause. Right. Now. Okay. All right. I gotta tell you, I like this question quite a bit. All right. I don't know if you guys ever played badminton. When I was a kid in Hong Kong, we had to play badminton like all the time. All right. So if you don't know what badminton is, it's like tennis. It's like tennis with a feather attached to the ball. All right. Just imagine that. All right. That cracks me up. All right. Now, the key here is A is 64. The X is 3 rounds, right? Now, here's the thing. The question is, what's the rate? And you guys know what the rate is already. One half of all the players are eliminated. So it's zero point 0.5, right? It's 50%, right? Zero point 0.5. So that begs the question, right? That's not three or four. Is it one or two? Well, players were eliminated. So choice one. Okay. Now, um, here's the thing. Even though here it says 11:30 in time, you're gonna need some time to practice this on your own. So my guess is like this will take us to 15. So hold on, let me see what the next page of questions look like. Hold on. Okay, all right. I just made up my mind. So tomorrow, let's do more regions questions because I got, let's see, let me count. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I got five more questions for you guys. We have six, right? We have five more questions for you guys tomorrow, and the questions are tougher. So that means tomorrow's lesson is going to be about 15 minutes also. And that's okay because now that the regions are back on, um, I think it's good we spend a little bit of time on these word problems. Okay, I think it's a good idea. So, having recorded this today, assuming that you know what, never mind, I'm gonna sign off. Okay, all right. I don't want to take up more of your time. Okay, all right. Listen, thanks for watching, and hopefully you found this lesson helpful. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, all right. Bye bye.
OMG, that was so good.